the Aurora and the Misfortune. Could have gone Rel as well, I suppose, but still. Choosing to go towards Chris. Alistair will get ourselves into our last game of the day and our last group Jackie Love and Chris to play off of.
Can Crisp look for a flash pulve here or a flash headbutt?
Not onto Moen, I don't think.
Oh boy, they can! They've found the angle. Here comes Canavi trying to find his way out. Moen's walking the wrong way for this, not respectful of the dogs coming on in. Will call the pack. And Moen, now having a look down, a lot of dogs indeed, eviscerates over the wall, and the Darkin daggers do their work.
So the answer to the question, but I don't really know if he wants to stick around.
Yeah, we can essentially get over the wall, but on the other side, Rune's prison onto the Aurora, so she can't join super quickly. Hung now coming on over. 3v3 on the cards. Hook does land, but the Darkin daggers come on through, and Canavi now really scary, but Starry's roamed up. Varus is back in base, goes untargetable with the pack. Gets some of the Darkin daggers out. Flash on 4 for the orders. Can't quite get it, but the double up does follow and finally gets the kill on the dogs.
Greed from Canavi, doesn't use his flash, didn't want to. So annoying to shut down with that Q2 healing on a bled target.
Bonk burns the ult. Hung finds the flash.
Relmore.
Play this. There's the Relmore. OMG in danger. And the Nocturne with no flash is swiftly deleted.
Canavi's healed up off of the wolves and come over towards the grubs. There was a single grub taken by OMG, but Canavi will go up and take. Reminder, top esports, their real power's around skirmishing though. Use that Realm Orb, use your. And you got Canavi level 6 now, remember. And one of the big changes about Neferi is you used to level up the distance your dash could travel to, the Hound's Pursuit. Now it's just everything, and here is that Realm Orb, and here comes Canavi with his own ult, wave clear ult.
Not going to be quite enough. Moen gets a decent moment, but the Hound's Pursuit comes on through. You can't dodge, you can't block, you just die. Nice gank.
Dog ends up taking one tower shot as well. Crisp using his ult to do that. There was a reset on the ult. It was a Jace God. That was one of his picks of choice. Picked it up again in the last year or two. While, you know, in 23 particularly when he's on JDG, he was the tank guy. He played Cassante, he played Sion, he played Ornn. And that was kind of his job. Fight over the Scuttle Crab, flash combo. He didn't spell shield it.
No, he did not. Gets knocked up. Finally has the Hound's Pursuit come on through to the Darkin daggers, and Canavi resets.
Wasn't eagle-eyed enough.
He did.
For that one. And grubs have spawned. Canavi, no flash, no ult. And he's going to walk up towards it. Probably secure 5 of these. Is there going to be a contest? We'll see.
I think Canavi being around, not having the ult flash
okay.
tricky.
Might be harder now.
Okay, good flash away, but now they're going to turn it around with the paranoia. Canavi's around, but involves the knock-up from the depth charge. Well-timed W. They still lose Jace nonetheless. And they overplay a little bit there, but overcomes Cream. Might still want to trade this one out. They've earned a lot of ultimate to finally bring down 369. Public execution from the backside, but not really too much avail. They lose Moen.
He just dies, and Harry goes in and goes like, yes, I got the Neferi, got the Neferi. They completely ignore him. They go towards his teammate, kill off the support. Now top esports look at this team and say, well, you're not going towards grubs. And Harry, he has no ult now under turret. Has flash. How's he getting out of this one? Probably not.
Butted into the wall, delays the pulverize to get the most CC they can. Flash away means nothing. They finally lose the Alistair, but the Hound's Pursuit's back up and available. So Canavi keeps rolling. Jackie barriers the turret shot. And top esports just dive with the Neferi. So you're there to be a facilitator in a lot of ways. It feels like a lot of your follow-up is not really in a great space this game. And Bess is still not at first item, for example.
And Ambessa really needs 2 items. So while we're talking about, well, Rise ahead of the curve, he's going to get his time-dependent items. Jace is about to be hitting second item, realistically, with a 1.5k gold lead.
It's 50 CS up.
And that's largely, a lot of that is from
that freely again. He's not going to be miles off that completion with how strong he is this game. That's another arrow. That'll break the Bloodthirster shield. Moen, kind of in a weird spot. They now try to jump onto Jackie. We'll get the fear, but look on the other side. Hound's Pursuit the story, who just has to run away.
Oh, Chris.
Canavi eviscerates the backline and goes pursuing in there. They've let loose the slugs, the dogs of war. It's Julius Caesar all over again. Find yourself a Shakespearean quote or two, because it is looking epic here for top esports.
Cry havoc as Canavi goes into the play 4-1 and 5, but honestly, the animal which I'm paying attention to is the cow of the support. Crisp's Alistair has been exceptional. Yes, Canavi is getting the kills. Yes, he is getting involved in the plays. But honestly, this game, my MVP is Crisp on that support. So good at turning up at the right place at the right time. Top esports, not taking their foot off the accelerator and just decking OMG across the map.
And again, people are going to ask, where the hell was this team at first stand? Part of it is the level of opposition. Part of it, you have to feel, was...
Get himself an individual lead because the maps behind Jackie Love and Chris don't get to make their plays either. And other teams in the LPL, at least today, have not been punishing that. We'll see how it goes through into the Ascend stage if Top Esports were to make that. It's very likely that he would always invade. He'd always get an individual advantage. But if you could just counter his invade, well, protect your Raptors, you protect yourself against Canavi. That was the formula for a while. I think he's gone beyond that, of course. Paranoia going on to Nefiri, has a W. He uses it now. Can he get out? He can.
Wait, Realm Warp, not quite. No, he's gone.
And he kills. And he kills with the bleed afterwards. The second fadeaway Q. Canavi and Cream outplay in a 2v4.
I genuinely have no words. It is crime we see on the screen. Someone get themselves a number for the police, because that surely cannot be legal. Cream gonna get knocked up, but Canavi's still here. Can go for the wall, massive bleed damage on a Starry. Hound's Pursuit trying to get the kill, cleanses the bleed, still gets the resets, and all the dogs are there, and Harry tears them apart.
The dogs go for the throats. Canavi. Oh my god, the pack is in town. And he's top dog.
When they say it's a dog's dinner, they don't mean that. Oh my days. I have not seen something that brutal in a very, very long time.
I love the way, as Linfeng, he might even die here to 369, gets the flash out. I love the way that Canavi is not even going for the Q2 on some target, saying, look, you're going to bleed, you're going to die, I'm going to throw a Q at another target instead. Get the bleed on everyone. Doesn't need all of the burst down.
Well, we go again. No Canavi quite yet, but how far out of range is he with that ultimate? Hound's Pursuit back up and available. The bullet time flash away from the chains of corruption, but the Rune Prison sets up for the arrow, shooting a, well, I suppose a diver in a barrel. The fish are somewhat immaterial.
That pressure suit has been punctured. The bends coming from Moham, taking him down. Top Esports, quick game to end out the day. I'm sure a lot of people, yes, will be looking towards these games saying, look, they were going to be Top Esports hates watchers now. I don't think there's that much material for them here. I don't think we're learning as much about Top Esports, except that Canavi can play a mean Nefiri. He has the ultimate, he's going to use it again. Yes, he is. Moham has his ultimate. He might have gone too deep now. What's he got with his W?
Hellhound's trying to drag Starry off to the namesake. Gets the knock-up, finally goes down. And that's a little too deep.
Was he used his W onto the hook and not the Nautilus ultimate. This time Moham ends up outplaying the Nefiri. Does go into a 1v3, nearly takes down Starry. But still, goes down. Good gold over to OMG. A little too far from Canavi this time.
Can they get anything off this? I don't know. 369 is quite deep here. There's a wall behind. He needs to be pretty wary. There's 3 people about to come up. He's about to face check an Nautilus. Gets hooked, pulled back into the wall. Daggering blows, comes on down. Thundering blow is there. Is he going to cross across the veil that Linfeng puts up? Still steps on forward. Oh my god, this is 1v3. As Hunk's coming around, he gets one. Wow. Starry's finally there. Yeah, you might bring down the Jace, but not before he nearly takes another with him.
Holy crap, that last Q did way too much damage. The increased move speed from his swift marches of the feats of strength really helping him outplay with the acceleration gate. Anticon goes down, it's the Ruinous. And by the way, folks, they're going to get themselves even more stats now from those bloody petals, giving them adaptive force and a little bit of XP across the board too. There is there's an XP advantage in every role. Canavi has a 3-level advantage in jungle. Helps with that. As Moham, is he going to get... Oh, he's just out of vision. Canavi needs to get vision for the ultimate.
Oh,
is he going to use it now? Realm Warp's coming through. Canavi can start pulling the daggers.
And sends the hounds forth. Again, they get the kill. There's the Zhonya's. Flash for the triple pull. Crisp is his namesake. Chains of Corruption just shy. But in comes the Hound's Pursuit. They leap on forwards. It's looking like an XL bully game because they're bullying OMG off the rift.
Top Esports rip, tear, and make OMG their meal. Top Esports 3-0 for the day, coming back from first stand, proving why they're still champions, let's be honest.
I mean, look at that. It's a 4K lead top side. There's monstrous numbers wherever you care to look, and Top Esports clearly did not take their first stand loss lying down. They come back to the LPL. Right.